Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got an open man, it's Ratley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And the Lions first down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Back to throw now on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about it. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. On play action, they'll throw. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down. First and 10 at the 40.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Watches that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. Here's Mostert. And the Niners are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with second and goal coming up. Second and goal from the 1. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Detroit.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
At the 37-yard line.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
There ain't no joke out here right now.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
To
Damian Ratley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
At their own 29-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. A lot of times, it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
3 at the Lions.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
By the Lions.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards, a first down.
Lions.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, Swift. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Is 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
10-10 at at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And some room to roam now. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. Raheem Mostert. His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Down.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. They'll set up a throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards the pickup there. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. Complete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And Eifert has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. They'll run here with Swift. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
Gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
no gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Once again, it's Swift. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's Swift. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter here.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now this throw caught left side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
I got my Clarker rolled out for you.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Gold is able to put it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the two scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all three timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all three timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick. Not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense at their own 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this...
It's caught inside the 25. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 39 that time. He's back to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Good.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At the 4-yard line.
Now Mostert. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another spike it and stop the clock, or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
The 28-yard line.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Detroit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
By the Lions. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This out quickly to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Tyrell Williams.
Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped. And I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the west.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
40-yard line.
On 2nd down, Swift, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. That's out to the left and complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They run the option on 2nd down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
And this is 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
A gain of 3, second down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session.
A 47-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for San Francisco, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.